gospel music. 980, 93.3, KOKA.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Y'all know who this is. It's about to go down. We got Pastor Linus Mays, Bishop Charles Daniels, Curtis Davis, and me, your boy Rod Thomas Jr. from the Real New Orleans.
I'm keeping all my mind.
Linus Mays. And I'm Curtis Ray Davis II. And this is Real Talk Radio.
You are about to experience Real Talk Radio, the show where we discuss the relevant issues of today's changing world. The show where we focus on the concerns of the community at large. The show where we allow you, the listener, to voice your ideas, opinions, and concerns. Real Talk Radio. Start.
Well, welcome to another edition of Real Talk Radio. Me and my co-hosts are on the show. We are ready to jump right in. There are a lot of pressing things, Bishop, that is going on. Curtis is here to explain about what's going on in Baton Rouge and the pieces of legislation that is being put forward and initially has to be signed by the Senate and the governor. So we got a host of things that's going on throughout the country and in the world. Y'all know our panel. They as real as they come. And so we're going to get started briefly by allowing Brother Curtis Davis, our big brother, to explain to the general public out there what we are doing and how we are making a difference, that we are not just talking it. You know, like the young folks said, we ain't talking about it, we being about it. And anybody that's not willing to do the work, stay on the sideline.
That's right. Come on,
Real Talk Radio, man. I love you guys, family. We're here. Like before, we have all our co-hosts, some of the most outspoken people in the city of Shreveport, Louisiana. But we're really a nationwide show, y'all. Yep. So a lot of people listen to us from all over the world, as a matter of fact. We have a big following in Germany and Denmark, Copenhagen, Denmark. Give big shout outs to our followers out there in Austria. It seems like more people are interested in the plight of African Americans in the United States of America that are outside of the United States of America than the people that are here dealing with the situation that we have. First thing that I want to say, big ups to the Shreveport, the Caddo Parish Commission for finally removing the Confederate statue from downtown in front of the courthouse.
It took them a long time.
Literally, y'all know, bro, that was some work that we've done when I first got out of prison, 2016.
I remember that.
You know, a lot of people wonder, how do these things happen? But these things don't happen in a vacuum. Now, I'm not trying to take no credit or not, but we did organize. We did get the people out in the street,
we made
and we made sure we met and we talked about the issues. Yeah. We went before the commission, we testified, and we got the stuff passed. After it get passed, I really try to, get out the way. But nobody gonna say what really happened.
But hey, Curtis, why did it take them so long? They talking about they got to come up with the money, $700,000. When we know 2 or 3 Negroes, they would have moved it out of there for $50.
Yeah, I mean, definitely $500. $500. The brothers would have got it out the way.
I know a couple of bros would have took some shovels and got it.
Yeah, for real.
But let me say this: something really historic happened on yesterday. Yesterday, the Senate, the Senate of the Louisiana Legislature passed House Bill 298, 38 to nothing.
Come on, man.
38 to nothing.
34 to nothing. I'm sorry, they only have 34 senators. But this is amazing. This is unanimous.
They all had
everybody decided to be on the right side of history this time. Right, and some people say, what does it matter? What do you mean, what does it matter? If your constitution say that you got legalized slavery, that once a person can be convicted of a crime, then they can be discriminated against. They can be treated like second-class citizens, and that can't happen no more. Once the people of Louisiana in November get out in all 64 parishes and decide finally that Louisiana is not going to be a state that codifies slavery in the law. And I be using them weird words. That means that it's legal to discriminate against somebody as long as we send them to Angola.
But Curtis, tell us what dramatically will change and how will that affect the people on the ground?
All right, check this out. If I was in prison,
There you go.
and I was in prison for 26 years, and I was made to work at gunpoint, if I did not want to go to work, they could legally shoot me.
What?
You understand? That was the law.
All right.
This law, changing and erasing slavery and involuntary servitude out of the Constitution, would mean that if they shoot me now,
Yeah.
somebody going to jail,
Right.
because you just can't be making people do nothing. It's still punished.
Okay.
You don't need slavery to punish nobody.
This is true, Curtis.
You can sit them in a hot cell all
I'm
day.
gonna have to disagree.
No
I'm
TV.
gonna have to disagree
That's
with you on that part when you talking about if they shoot you, they going to jail.
Well, they might not
shoot
go to
free people
jail.
all the time.
They,
don't
all
go
right,
to
they
jail.
might not go to jail, but
I'm
at
just
least they can't just arbitrarily
Okay,
do it.
I feel
They're
you,
gonna
I
be
feel you,
like
I
my
feel
mom
you.
and them could sue or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
They, get something.
They can say, look,
Yeah,
man,
there's
it's
repercussions.
repercussions. So what we're saying right now,
Right,
if you're serving a sentence of involuntary servitude,
right.
and you're saying, man, that man is trying to make me climb 100-foot ladder
Mhm.
or pike or something to get to
Right.
some stuff that you wasn't trained to do. You don't have a safety harness.
No.
You're made to do that whether you want to
At the
Or not.
point
or
of a gun.
not. At
Right.
the point of a gun.
Wow.
Get up there, boy,
Right.
and you better not fall.
Mm.
My Lord.
You're not gonna even train me how to do this.
My Lord.
Mm-mm.
You're not gonna teach me how to stay safe. Right now, if you're in the field in Angola and you have to use the bathroom,
Yeah.
you have to defecate.
Mhm.
Right.
They're gonna say, go over there in them bushes. There's no portable toilets. They don't have any safety goggles. They have nothing to cover them for any known labor law in the world because you're serving a sentence of slavery. And
Wow.
slaves don't have to be kept safe.
Right. They
I
can't.
know also, Curtis, like when you look at the release program here in Louisiana, you get out there and you
It
go
ain't
work
none of them
40
there.
hours a week. They taking 75% of your paycheck.
Oh, yeah,
Literally.
they do that.
They're
They do that.
taking 75% of your paycheck. So basically, the taxpayers are paying for you to be in prison.
Yeah.
You get a chance to go and work. And then
The private companies
then
get to
private
send their
prison,
daughters
then
to
the money that they
Switzerland
take out you,
in
they
the,
gonna show you
winter
that
time,
that's
in the
for your-
summertime.
They show you that that's for your room and board.
but guess what? It's-
Somebody getting that
this-
money.
this-
Yeah,
the-
I'm
And it ain't
sure.
the state.
The
But
tax,
I'm
the
just saying.
taxpayer, no, the taxpayer. Do you realize if you're a Caddo Parish inmate? See, y'all got to realize here in Louisiana, we only got one state penitentiary.
Uh-huh.
That's Angola.
Right.
Everybody else go to what you call parish or satellite camp. But in these parish
47% of all inmates that are sentenced to the Department of Correction in Louisiana are being housed by local sheriffs.
and guess what? I've been in these prisons. I spent 8 months in one room, and in them 8 months, I probably only went outside twice in 8 months.
I can believe it. I can
This
believe
is this how it goes in Louisiana. But go
So it's
ahead.
not about corrections or rehabilitation or helping even have a safer world. This has been about getting money for individuals who are filthy rich as a result of the prison industrial complex and the way the laws are structured throughout the United States, not just in Louisiana.
Right.
Throughout the United States, we have these savory exception clauses, which then allow them to lease out this labor to private industry.
And I just need to say this too, Curtis, that when you pull this type of legislation, when you are invoking these type of principles into the minds of our young people, I just need you to understand it's gonna be a cost.
Oh, it's a cost now.
It's a cost now.
I've been ostracized.
Right.
We
How
have
many death
we
threats
have
you got?
20.
How many- You
because
got any
people-
death threats?
Yeah, I get a
people
lot of
wanna
death
hear-
threats. I get a
they
lot
wanna
of
hear
we
about
gonna
it,
do
but
but
something,
they
but
don't
we
want to
don't
be a
do
part
it.
about it.
Right.
So we wanna tell the whole story.
But we want you guys to know, and we're gonna continue with real talk.
Right.
But we want y'all to know for sure an important thing. We went unanimously through the House, through both of the committees,
Look at that.
and through the Senate.
Right.
We have 29 co-signers on that co-authoring this bill.
Right.
I want y'all to look at who are not co-signing the bill.
My
Okay.
Lord.
Now they got almost 100 legislators. We have 29 co-signers.
Right.
It's crazy who not the co-signers. Seems like everybody in the Black Caucus would have co-signed that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They being careful right now because happy Juneteenth, but
Yeah.
slavery's still legal.
Right.
So
Right.
let's go to the next part of the show.
But,
Right,
but-
right.
but we want to talk about, do you all think, Brother Curtis, the ban on semi-automatic weapons, military style weapons. Let me pull my mask down so you can hear me. Military style weapons. Do y'all think someone underage should be able to get online, order these guns, and have
When you
them
say
shipped?
underage, what you mean
Well,
underage?
I'm
to what?
talking about somebody in Texas.
If
right
18 is legal.
Yeah, 18. But right now,
That same dude that's 18 years old,
Right.
your son or my son, that we can't really let drive the car because if we put him on the insurance and it's
So,
gonna go up till he's
yeah.
25, so
But
we
like-
can't
but
even
like
insure
some
this little
states-
back.
Some
But
states
thank
like
you, I
Texas
did,
and
Pastor.
others, hold on 1 minute.
Good.
Some states like Texas and others have slacked on a
Requirements.
right to carry. You know that you can be. You know you can buy a gun online.
And the teachers can have guns at the
teachers
school.
can have
Yeah.
guns. So I just want to
But
one
the same-
person at a time.
All right, let me go
We
first.
want to make sure that we need to understand that when people holler about, yes, it's my Second Amendment right that you're trying to take our guns, my point has always been and still is that it does not take a military style weapon in order for you to protect yourself and your family. So when I see people coming to schools and other places, Brother Rob and Pastor and all, and our Brother Curtis, that if you got a clip that shoots out so many rounds per minute or per second or whatever the case may be, you know, I just feel that that needs to be on the battlefield. If you want to shoot, go sign up for the Army. The Army is the only place will tell you, come on in. They ain't gonna say no.
At 18 years old, you can go over there and kill innocent people with an assault rifle
Right.
in the United States military. Now, let me break
Right.
this down to you because I tried to explain this once before. Let me give you the Second Amendment. What the Second Amendment was, you got to realize when the British were defeated by the Americans in that thing, they wrote this Constitution. Under the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms were given to the American citizens, guaranteeing them the right to actually possess the same weapons as any military would possess, for the simple reason.
Well, that's not. Hold on 1 minute. Rob.
But now,
Rob, let me-
I know what you're finna say.
Yeah, 'cause that's not correct.
Under that Second
Yeah.
Amendment,
Yeah.
if the military of your local, your state and federal government had cannons,
Right.
you as a citizen had the right to possess a cannon, because the thing of it is, the Second Amendment is given to you
Right.
to basically allow you
Protect
to
you from
protect
terrorism.
yourself
And defend.
from any invading or
Even the
domestic
government.
army.
When the
Yo-
government-
yo-
Protect yourself against
Joe
the government.
Biden just said something the other day. Y'all better pay attention. He said, we're not worried about the citizens having guns because we outgun them.
Well, here's what
They want to take your guns, Pastor,
Yeah.
so that when they come
I see where
to
you're going.
to produce that tyrannical government.
Now let me respond to that. Come on,
Come on, respond then, because I like this.
Now,
Come on with it. I
now,
ain't gotta say nothing today. Come
now,
on with it.
when the Constitution was written, it was first started out as an executive order. It had to be put in place. So now it did not apply to you in the first place.
Not us
All
as
right,
black
then
people.
that's what I wanted to say.
Not
It
us as
only-
black
not
people,
even
yeah.
not even white women, because
He said that. He said American citizens.
because we were not, as black people, considered. We was considered as chattel property.
We 5/10 of
yeah,
a human?
yeah. Well, we weren't human at all.
Yeah.
Because if you got to be 4%, 5%, or whatever percent, that means that you're non-human, which is chattel property. So they've proven that. The second thing it is that it was to protect white interests and also to make sure that white men keep their slaves in line, because there would have been a rebellion. So it was all done for that. They did not allow them, because I read it, to get cannons or any weapons and matter of fact, if we can,
That's
I can
not
pull it
true,
up
though.
right quick. We can pull it up right
That's
quick.
not true.
They didn't want, pull it up right quick then. They did not say, it did not say in the Constitution that these individuals can own military style weapons such as cannons and all of that. Because why would a person who protecting their property, which was Africans, slaves, need a cannon to blow up Negroes?
Because if an army, invading army, because if the British or any other invading army came to you with cannons, You can protect yourself
We're
with just a
talking
single shot musket. As a civilian, you have the right to possess
So
the
if-
same weaponry
Right.
that your
Right now,
military has.
So
really,
big brother, so if
Pastor,
that's
you
correct, go
really
ahead.
can get a tank.
Right.
You really
right.
can, literally.
So
I mean,
if
if
that's
you don't have a
correct,
you
felony,
have the
we
right.
talking about then. We
No, I'm talking about
then.
now.
We talking about
But we
right
also
now.
have
We
what's
talking
called
right now.
equal
But-
protection of the law.
Yeah.
Once the 14th Amendment came, okay, everything applied to the white boy before that, right? But then women got
What
women's
applied to-
suffrage, right?
Right.
So
Right.
white women said we need to vote.
Okay.
So,
Right.
all right, they got to vote. Black men got to vote,
Right.
right? Equal protection came out, 14th Amendment. I mean, okay, they was protecting slaves then.
Right.
Who is going to protect us from them?
Right.
Right.
All right,
That's
right
the
now
whole
they got
key.
more than 300 million guns
And my
in
thing
the
is-
United States of America.
Let me
Are
ask
you
y'all
saying
this,
that we
Curtis.
should disarm?
No,
and
no, I'm
trust
not
them?
saying this.
That's not what I said.
I'm saying that we as citizens of this country, you don't need no, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, or whatever you may be. You can be Tea Party, no party. It doesn't matter. It
Crips of
does
blood.
not take, it does not take a semi-automatic weapon. I don't care what they did back then, and they can give you a tank now, but they ain't gonna give you no bullets to use.
Nicola
So-
Machiavelli said,
So
look,
you ain't got a tank, but you ain't got no
What's
bullets.
that?
when-
My thing is, and what gets me, and this is what we gotta keep pressing the Republican Party on. There's 50 Republicans, along with Joe Manchin, has made it a point to disrespect 87% of the population. Everybody's saying, you know, win in schools, you done killed. What is it going to take? You don't win in elementary schools, you don't win in churches. What else is it going to take in order to stop the semi-automatic weapons? Put a ban on it. And then I'll tell you one other thing to stop it. If all black folks, Negroes, would just go to buying semi-automatic weapons, you'll put a stop to this
That's
foolishness.
what's gonna
Okay.
See,
stop.
I know how to
But
stop
let-
foolishness,
stop.
but that
There's
ain't gonna
still
happen.
real talk.
Yeah, real talk.
If we're gonna be real,
Yeah.
know this. And for everybody listening, please know this.
Please.
It is impossible to ban assault rifles right now. The reason that it is impossible is because there are 300 million of these guns that exist inside of the houses of the people of the United States of America.
Right.
Now, in order to ban them, that means you have to go get them.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? That means you have to take them back.
But what you do to
Right
Kurt-
now,
I think
America
what
is on the verge of civil war.
Right, but,
This is
but you know,
that would
what I think
cause
they're doing?
that.
You know what I think they're doing? The state legislators, are not the state, but the federal legislation is doing, they saying, here's how we're going to help stop this foolishness. We're going to create legislation that says that if you own a semi-automatic weapon, or AK-47 or whatever weapon is used for warfare, and you decide to keep that weapon, then now you should be fined, penalized, or
But-
whatever
but-
for
but-
keeping a
Should be,
weapon.
but that's
But
not going
Pastor,
to
that-
pass.
Yeah,
that's
don't
just
happen.
like saying, for drunk drivers, just say most of the drunk drivers who killed somebody while they was drunk was driving a Chevy truck. So that
Right.
means we need to ban all Chevy trucks.
Or alcohol. We've tried
ban
that
alcohol.
before.
But it ain't the
And that's not
Chevy
gonna
truck
work.
that caused the
It's the
accident.
alcohol.
It's the
It's
nigga
not
getting
the
drunk.
guns
But
that
we
caused the
already
accident.
know that
We
prohibition
disagree
don't
there,
work.
brother.
No,
Yeah, it's the gun.
No,
It's
not the guns. It's crazy
I
people
got to
with
agree with
guns.
my brother on that one. Because
Yeah.
them guns ain't shooting themselves.
Well, listen,
Them guns are not shooting
we
themselves.
understand that the guns ain't
You
shooting
cannot
themselves.
legislate morality.
Yeah,
Exactly,
And sadly,
exactly, Bishop.
sadly,
And
you
now you-
cannot legislate common sense neither.
you're right. When you just say you can't legislate morality, it simply says that you can't stop in the minds of people what they gonna do. So we ain't trying to do that. What we trying to do, we trying to stop you from getting to the gun so that your mind
But guess
ain't
what?
gotta be
But Maze,
legislated.
You
what
can
if you
blame-
need that gun,
Go
Maze?
ahead.
Oh, you don't need no
If you
semi-automatic.
But guess what though, Pastor?
You don't
If
set up.
You
your
can ban-
enemy got a
Get
if
a
your
two-
enemy got a semi-automatic weapon and you got a 6-shooter,
Is we
you
First
gonna be
of all-
in trouble.
yeah.
First and foremost,
Listen,
a lot of these
this
guns
is what
coming
we
in
gotta
through
do.
your police.
If you
Through
don't
your
need, I'm with you on it, and I respect our opinions, but I still say that you don't need no semi-automatic weapon in order to shoot no deer, in order to protect yourself, because if your partner got one, that's why we don't want your partner to have it no more. We're going to break partner up from having it so that you won't have to have it, so that when partner come with a knife or with some hands, you won't have to deal with
But
them
guess what?
hands on hands.
Do you want to live in a country where only the police and Negroes that's killing other Negroes got guns.
That ain't.
If you got a Negro that's standing outside your house shooting an
That's
AK,
the same argument.
Why they gotta be Negro?
Yeah, what about
because we
because that was
Negroes,
the
and we
Mexican
just
that
I'm speaking for what's going on
Right.
in our community.
All right.
Like just the
I'm
other
just
night,
saying,
every
this boy, the
night,
Negroes killing
every night where I stay at, man, you hear, I mean, semi-automatic weapons.
But that's the
And we
same.
know these are criminals.
That's the
Guess
same argument. Let me say this
Criminals
right.
are gonna get the
And the
guns.
criminals
That's
ain't
the
turning
same
theirs in.
argument.
They not gonna. What, you
That's the
think
same
criminals going to
argument.
nobody
Walmart?
turning theirs in.
No,
You think
no.
the criminals getting their gun from
Yeah.
Walmart?
Yeah, that's the same argument
Some of them.
that keeps the Republican
Some of 'em
Party from doing nothing. They saying why?
Well, what the
What we
Democrats
saying?
What are Democrats doing?
What
We had a
the
super
Democrats doing?
majority.
Well,
In
the
one
Democrats,
second,
They got a
Pastor.
whole
We
majority.
had a
the
super
Democratic
majority
House right
when
now. Go
Obama
ahead.
took office.
Oh, yeah.
We controlled the House and the Senate. He could have passed anything
Oh,
through
yeah.
law. So
Right.
let's stop playing on this bipartisan
Right.
craziness.
But listen,
Democrats hunt and
Right.
they shoot too.
right.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
Democratic Party, as of right now, I have not saw one Republican get on board. Unless they're doing it now, not one Republican has got on board and says that we got to do something about these mass killings.
Because
So
we
I'm not-
pretending to ourselves that they want to do something
They don't want
about
to do
this.
that. I don't know.
Let's stop having this intellectual dishonesty among ourselves.
So
They are
if they-
not finna do
here-
gun bans.
Let-
So
let-
where do we
let's
go
say this,
from there?
Curtis. Let's say this right quick. If they are not trying to do nothing, then why is it that they will offer pieces of lead? And this ain't just started. This started when the first shooting happened. Why do you keep writing legislation, sending it over to the Senate, and the Senate says we're not going to do nothing with it?
Because we know the
People that-
Senate is not going
they
to do
know the
nothing with it.
Senate
ain't
And I look good when I put my legislation in. At
Right.
least my constituents think
That means I'm
that
trying
I'm
to do
trying
something.
to do something about it. But the NRA is giving money to Democrats
And-
across the
and
board.
Republicans,
Go
right.
find out
We
who is
know- we
getting
know
this
that.
money.
We know they're getting the money, but here's what's come.
Why are they accepting the
Here's,
money?
here's where we at now. I don't care